be gone to November, I be gone to November. Tell my girl I be. Alright, man, today we are making a pepperoni grandma style pizza, which means it's basically made in a pan. As opposed to like a pizza stone, it's also rectangular and not round. Oh, work with me. Drop the yeast in there, but you're definitely gonna need some sugar, and you're definitely gonna need some yeast for this. We are making our dough from scratch. You want to pour in some warm water on top of your yeast and sugar. Now, the sugar is there to help activate the yeast. The yeast is going to devour that sugar and multiply. And so that's a good example of where we are with that yeast. Yeah, man. Okay, so we're going to add salt, a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. And look at that. Some science experiments, man, my brain just can't compute why things have to look the way they look. Like, look at it. Like, what is that? It looked like the coronavirus. Okay, so we're adding some flour. Of course, when you are making a pizza dough or any type of dough, you most likely are going to need some flour. So we're going to agitate that, mix it around the bowl a little bit. I say a lot. And like in speech classes and things like that, as a kid even, I just always said, okay, so then we add more flour, continue to agitate it, get it mixed in as much as we can, until it starts to, form and become a real crust. And that'll be our last bit of flour. I believe that was 3 cups of flour. Yes, we're just mixing it, whipping it until it becomes this sort of unmanageable shagginess, and then we go in with our hands. Don't be afraid to touch your food. It's such a tactile form of play, man. Play with your food. As an adult, we take a lot of care to not eat with our mouths open and smack and all of that. Hey, but you know what? That was that car that just went by. But yeah. So we're gonna make a ball dough is basically what we're doing here. And I just continue to take a piece and fold it, and take a piece and fold it, until we get to a manageable stage with the dough. And then at that point, sprinkle a little flour on your work surface, whatever your work surface happens to be. Blunk, drop that thing down. And again, we're just starting the kneading process. Pinch and push, pinch and push, pinch and push. And then we just keep going. I don't have a KitchenAid. I'm like really proud of all my kitchen appliances, but the one that I don't have is the KitchenAid stand mixer, which is like my dream appliance. Yeah, I've been wanting one of those my whole life. And my grandmother has 2 on her counter because she makes mad pies during the holidays. And I thought about robbing her, but I love her or whatever. So yeah, we're just gonna go. Some folks feel like you need to do this for 5 minutes, unless you're in incredible shape or you do this all the time. Look, I at some point told this dough, like, look, this is all I can manage. You know, I have limitations. Um, and so that's pretty much what I decided on. And when I, you know, when I touch the dough, it springs back, which is what you want. So, um, yeah, and check out, you know, look, we got our Ninja Turtles is popping. Um, it's weird because I'm wearing this shirt. I'm wearing that shirt right now, and this was like filmed a while ago, and I don't know what it is, what the connection is with this shirt and cooking. So yeah, you put your dough into a oiled bowl, cover it up with a towel, and just let it kick it in the corner for you know, 45 minutes to an hour. Leave it be. It is what it is. And then we move on to the veggies. And look at this, man. This is so pretty. And I did it. Like, I didn't grow the vegetables myself, but like, but I set it up that way. Me. So back again, you're gonna get a lot of these turtles. We're just gonna slice them. So there's some Roma tomatoes, and it sort of doesn't really matter how you slice them up. Oh, those are the heirloom tomatoes that I literally got by mistake. But I have them, and they're so pretty. So we're gonna cut them bad boys up. We're taking off the stems, and like I said, everything here that's gonna go into the oven to roast, to condense down those flavors, to intensify the tomato and the bell pepper and the onions and the garlic. All of that is gonna go into a blender to create our very own tomato sauce. So not only are we making our own dough, we are making our own tomato sauce. Red onion again, as always, and just toss your garlic on there in the skin. That's completely fine and probably preferable. And then we're gonna, olive oil is my jam, obviously. Just olive oil all over it, because we're gonna put it in the oven at a high heat. And when it roasts and it comes out, this is what it looks like. I mean, it looks fire as hell. And we also have some reserved heirloom tomatoes if we needed that added juiciness, that freshness, to keep it bright. That right there is gonna do it, along with some parsley and Italian seasoning. And this is everything cooked down, and it's really pretty. Okay, so we're gonna go into the blender. I don't know about y'all, but I hate blenders. Like, I hate the way the blender is made, and I'm too poor to like get one of them ones where there's a blade up top and a blade at the bottom. I don't really have the budget for that right now. See, the way my bank account set up is, it ain't set up. So yeah, we're just putting everything in there. You see the garlic just, look, falls out of its own skin. It's roasted, it's sweet, it's garlicky, it's pretty lit. You just give it a squeeze, and they'll come right out. Bunch of curly parsley, some seasoning, some Italian seasoning, and pop the top on there, and we're gonna blend it. And this is precisely why I can't stand the blender, is because look, I gotta beat it out. Quick, look, you better blend, mother. That's what I'm talking about. You, boy, if you don't blend, all right, there you go. I knew you could do it. That's like when, you know, mom used to you know, give you a little whipping and then come back and love on you. No, you don't love me. Stop playing. So give it a little tasty taste. It wasn't right. So I put the rest of those heirloom tomatoes in there. Um, and whatever else that was left over. So whenever I add more food to the blender, I also add more salt. I put the rest of those roasted red onions in there and pop the top on it. And again, have to whip this blender's ass, but it worked out. And I get myself another taste, and it's like mad bright, and floral, and just really a really pretty and fresh flavor. And there it goes. You know, it looks kind of like sauce. I really wanted to show y'all this dough all puffed up, but I punched it down by accident. Provolone, this like California Gold mozzarella, which is so fire, and you got the pepperoni and the sauce. Real simple shit, y'all. Real simple shit. I prefer the flavor of buttered toast, so I always grease my pan with butter when I'm making a dough pizza, because when it cooks up, it's like this really beautiful bread, and it has this little subtle flavor of butter, and I mean, buttered toast, bro. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. Take your dough, and it's really tender right now, so you just work it in all the corners. And sometimes what you can do is when it starts to seize up on you for whatever reason, is you can just take 30 seconds, chill out, do a stretch, sing a song, type right on it, and then that works too, to fill the rest of it if it happens to seize up. So yeah, that's our dough, and it feels like the whole thing. And I did a cat daddy dance because I was mad excited. All right, then we splatter. You know, I'm also not the neatest cook. I do what I want, pretty much, in the kitchen, and that's just sort of what it is. So we're gonna spread that sauce out. I was so proud of this sauce because I don't have really any experience with Italian food. I don't even really eat it that much. But this sauce was my sauce, and it came out of my brain, and it was just simple, fresh ingredients. All right, lily pads of provolone because I had it left over, and like I said, that California Gold mozzarella, so good. I don't really eat a lot of dairy because, like I said before, the realness of my lactose intolerance won't allow for it. But I just have to suck it up and take some lactate for that cheese because it was just smacking. We're just serving up these pepperonis, just throwing them, man. Wherever they land is where they land. This is something that you can hella do with the homies. Come over and have a pizza party and create your own toppings and do your own thing. I just wanted something simple and tasty, and I didn't want to overthink it. So, of course, I sprinkled on some more Italian seasoning, and just hit it with a little kiss of olive oil, and then into the oven we go. I have a tendency to just throw shit in the oven. And then man, look at this thing. Look at it. Look at it. It is so pretty. It is so nice. It was, look at it. It's just like glistening and shiny. And so this is my attempt at like scooping it out of the pan, loosen it up. You know, that butter is a miracle. Look at it. Get it out of that pan. You just go around and you see the crispy edges. I mean, slamming, y'all. I need to hit that tea. Chamomile. I'm about to wind it on down, but look at it. It was really fun to make it. It was a really relaxed time. And this is, a lot of times, cooking is where I find a lot of peace, and I can focus on the recipe and not worried about, whatever may be going on that's difficult in life. I focus on a recipe. I focus on creating my own flavors and tastes and my own ideas. Um, which one do I want? Which one? Oh, the corner piece. Duh. Look at that. Look at that cheese, bruh. God damn. Cheese. The bottom of it, goldeny, buttery. It's just a really simple and easy pizza. You can do with the homies. You can do with your babies. I took a bite and I was like, yes. And if you're looking in the blender right there, you can see me sort of just like do a little dance real quick. It's so good. I want you guys to enjoy it. And come back and see me, man. Alright, like, subscribe, all of that other stuff people tell you to do. Experimental Cook, we out, baby.